My name is Fabian. This is Ashes of New Amsterdam. And not a lot of announcements, but again, after the break, we have a few. Thank you so much, Zombie, for letting us know about the mics. But yeah, just so you know, you can help our mages out or our special guest. As you can see, we have someone new here. If you feel inclined, donating $10 will give a reroll to the player of your choice. You can also use bits, I believe. That's going to be 1,000 bits. And for every $20 or 2,000 bits, you can help out the player of your choice by giving them a flashback. Flashback is an auto success. They can dictate how that works. And yeah. That being said, a little bit of content warnings. I'm just going to type it in the chat. We do have a lot of things to cover, just so you know. We do have additional content warnings for this particular episode pertaining to cheating, Unreality, Dissociation, Surrealism, Gaslighting, Claustrophobia, Scopophobia, and public displays of affection, and a little bit of flirting. Among other things that we already are used to with the darker themes. That being said, let's introduce to you our Mage and our special guest. Let's start with Batty.
Hi, I'm Batty. My pronouns are she, they. I'm playing Sophie, whose pronouns are also she, they.
Bully.
Hello, I am Bully. I will be playing Deckard Reed. Both of our pronouns are he, him.
Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach or Z. Today my pronouns are they, he, she. Today I'm playing Francis Mateo Biamonte, whose pronouns are he, him.
Vin.
Hi guys, I'm Vin, he, they, and I'll be playing Heather Alder, they, she.
Fantastic. And last but not least, our very special guest, Joe.
Hello everyone, I'm Josephine, a Mad Scary Dog friend. I'll be playing Power, who uses all pronouns.
Hell yeah. Last we left off, we have our coven visiting the night market downtown near Chinatown, 74 Division Street. It's underneath this bridge. You see it is closed storefronts with shutters down. But with a little bit of knowledge, you can access the night market. The night market, established by changelings in the 90s, it's been a sanctuary for supernatural folk in the city for quite some time. Magi, vampires, werewolves, even select hunters have graced the doors of 74 Division Street. Management is composed with 3 pillars. Pretty, who oversees the majority above table operations. Vandal, who brings in the big bucks through underworld deals, and Power, a charismatic force that keeps morale at a high. Tonight, our Magi are faced with one of these pillars. What could possibly be the reason why such an audience is requested? Let's find out. You are escorted, as the rest of you are escorted. In front of you, Power, could you describe yourself?
Yeah. For those with maybe a little bit of an occult, well, I'm sure all of you do. There's the front-facing personality, the appearance, which is a South Korean person with slick back, black hair, wearing what can only be known as DJ clothes, DJ behavior, DJ everything, like a neon cropped half jacket situation, androgynous, wearing a good amount of makeup, and kind of lanky, kind of seemingly simple, but the air that exudes around them is almost as if there's a draft, almost as if there are a few dust particles, maybe a paper that actually blows by, even though you're walking in. It's a little colder in this room. It's nice, but different.
Okay. You are escorted by this kind of tall, kind of square-jawed individual, in kind of a, what you can just describe as a t-shirt over, a cropped t-shirt over a fishnet, kind of mesh top. And before we go through, just to let you guys know, Zach, Joe, both of you receive a lovely flashback from Zombie Fighter 89. So thank you for that. So whenever you guys feel the need to, you can hold on to that and use it. And
I can use one right now, actually.
oh shit, okay. Please.
Going back to the appearance, for any of the changelings in the crowd that pass me by or have seen me, this is what I look like to all of the mages, but what I look like to my other changelings as I have entered into the building is approximately an 8 or 9 foot tall bat-like person with an elongated skull and elongated bat ears, also twitching, almost rotating in their socket, eyes bug-eyed. It is specifically the features of a vampire bat: the flattened nose, vestigial little wings made of flesh under my arms. And if for whatever reason I pass a flower or a plant on my way here, they seemingly wilt until I walk away. But now I'm here.
And you see this tall individual, kind of, the presence of power alone just kind of gives you not really a sense of dread, but an ease. As you asked, here are the Magi. If you need me, I will be by the entrance. And you see this crop top now clearly says security on it. And you see this gentleman, or what have you, is also wearing pasties underneath. Is just this massive man tits, and just walks towards the entrance. You see a bunch of people just like vibing. You see other like kind of musicians just trying to prepare their own set as they're keeping the mood lively a little bit in the night market.
I think at this point, you said this is like a tented area, correct?
A little bit, yeah. Kind of like a weird kind of makeshift, wasn't really a room before, but they kind of created this kind of so for people who aren't from like New York or the East Coast, like a lot of small spaces are created makeshift, and like it's like you have like tent poles holding up this kind of tarp that creates a wall, and kind of like this tent top just laid about to it. But obviously, like, everything is so magical that everything outside is silent. You can't hear the bustling people who are trying to do their shopping, or the music of the next DJ who took over. And yeah, it's kind of like this tented area, kind of like, just think high-class Coachella tent in terms of like setup.
Yeah, Francis is going to, seeing power, is going to walk up first with Sophie hand in hand and say, "So you must be the DJ. You must be the ones on the ones and twos. My name is Francis. We come here often, but we've never spoken. This is Sophie, my wife, and my compatriots, Heather and Deckard.
Charms, darling, hello.
Hi. Hi.
Does Power have like an actual like turntable?
This is just the tent,
Yeah,
right?
this is
So
just the
I'm presumably my equipment. I probably have like a little bit of like personalized equipment here. Yeah, I probably have some stuff that is like noticeably like here. But I look at all of you. All of you are a lot simpler looking than I thought. That's fun.
I beg your pardon?
I don't think simple is the exact word you were looking for, but perhaps you were just too taken aback with our tango.
We can beg and tango a bit later. So, did all of you just come to dance tonight? Or is there anything else that we might be causing?
Not that I'm aware of.
We were just doing some
What?
browsing and, got carried away with the music, that's all.
You wouldn't have heard anything about us, no, right? We're just passing through.
Well, I've heard of you. Something,
Well, we haven't
something.
heard of you.
That's perfectly fine with me. Something, something wayward. Mages. Something, something. Running around aimlessly.
Well,
No.
our companions here, our friends Deckard and Heather, they're newer to the mage life, so we're showing them the ropes and showing them around and introducing them to people and things of our standard.
No, I love it. I love it. A little babysitting around, enjoying the nightlife together.
Yeah, pretty much. Though that being said, Heather and Deckard are taking to the mystical life quite well, wouldn't you say? Do you two have any questions for the DJ here? It seems that they have been part of the underground world for quite some time. They might have something that even I don't know, or Sophie doesn't know,
I mean, I have questions. Well, not necessarily pertaining to the mage life. That is a very interesting way to phrase it. I do want to question the atmosphere. It is very charged. Is charged the right word to say here? Something is different and it's mildly uncomfortable. So if we can just be honest with each other and air things out so we can possibly find a common goal, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, they used to warn us about DJs like you, or every generation has something they're scared of. The right kind of music gets people acting a little freaky, and I feel like you might be one of them.
It's a good instinct.
That's about all I got.
What is the common goal, everyone?
Just a moment. I'm gonna turn around to everyone else. We're gonna not tell everyone everything, right?
If it was up to me, I wouldn't tell anyone anything.
That is very true.
I mean, we're all thinking the same thing right here, right?
Are we?
Demon?
What do you-
sex demon thing?
No.
You all felt it.
Mr. Deckard, I respect you. I really do. Your theories are quite interesting. I just don't think this one is quite the one.
Did you not see the tango that those two did out there? That was not of this world.
Maybe they're just
I mean-
they are affluent people. Oh, we're talking like they
that's
aren't
just
there.
how
I
we dance.
love that.
No. That was-
Francis holds up. Francis holds up a finger and is like, "I got it," and turns around to you, Power. We're here researching sex demons.
Interesting. I have no experience with those.
Not a sex demon. Interesting. What do you have experience with?
Oh, well, I've experience with you lots. The different factions. Some of them. I don't know everything, I'll say. I know about myself. Know about some kindred. I know a lot about myself. I know a lot about my own people, the people I hoist up as a pillar of the night market. So I wonder if you have a question about any of the people that seem to traverse and roam the night market.
At this point, while you guys are having this conversation, can I quickly get from the four mages, a wit and awareness, please?
Two successes on my end.
Also 2 successes.
Okay, so
Forward.
with the 2 successes, you're a little bit overwhelmed with what's going on. Deckard, you notice that Poacher, the short South Korean old man that was helping you out earlier, kind of is in the background, kind of like just watching, seeing what the situation is. But please continue.
Deckard's gonna kind of mosey over towards some of the equipment, which I assume is a little closer to where Poacher is, and kind of remove themselves from the main
Poacher's a little
conversation.
Poacher's a little farther
Yeah.
back, but definitely.
Yeah, he doesn't want to like approach, but kind of pretend like he's not pretend. He'll probably actually be looking at the equipment and whatnot, just putting themselves in a halfway point between the two.
Fair, cool, noted.
And when he does that, he is going to use forces if he can. And he'll sort of be muttering to himself, looking at some of the equipment. But then one of the messages he wants to send and fine-tune the vibrations where his voice only travels into the ears of his coven. And essentially let him know, hey, that Poacher guy's watching us, so watch what you say.
Okay. You have like psychic powers, right? Like you have I
have psychic, the craft.
Right, the craft
I
psychic.
can
I will
read.
say through that you can give that information to your coterie without having to speak out.
Okay, yeah. Do that, not casual, and just sort of pull up a random thing. What kind of torque you're working with here?
Joe doesn't know what a torque is.
He's probably mostly talking to himself. Aluminum platters,
Okay.
all right. Yeah, looks like you know what you're doing. Okay, not bad, not bad. Just sort of saying random text shit and letting them continue.
But we got the message about Poacher.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
got the message about Poacher.
And
I'm
just to be
gonna
clear,
roll
Poacher is the one we drank with.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna do Dance of the Toys.
Okay.
Just for fun. So let's see. Oh god, I really should use D10s because this is not. Okay. I mean, yeah, basically. Whatever you're touching, maybe it's a microphone, Deckard. It begins to like wiggle in your hand, and power basically says, "Come on over here." And the microphone, with the wire, begins to wrap around your hand and then kind of sail towards me. Slowly, though.
Yeah, you'd see immediately his hand go to this little handheld radio in this thing, almost like a panic action response. Then he'll wait for that beat to sort of read the room and realize, okay, we're not escalating yet. And yeah, this okay. And he'll get himself pulled over.
You like touching strangers' things?
Well, you see, what had happened was you got to be careful. I think one of the things that got enchanted. Did you do that yourself? What? You said you wanted you know about the residents here, and let's pretend for a second that we don't know what the hell that means. You are and what you do.
I'm not sure we have to pretend that you don't know. What are your questions? The both of you are the newcomers to magic, to supernatural. Ask me anything.
I mean this in the least problematic way possible, but what are you?
Well, I'm a changeling.
Oh.
Why don't all of y'all roll your little dice to figure that out?
Yeah. Make a.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. I like the call. Roll me intelligence and occult for both Deckard and Heather.
Oh, lordy. Okay.
Both Francis and Sophie, you know this is the common the common term used for fairies. It's generally a blanket term. 2 successes. Heather, what's that? It's fine.
Go
It's,
goose egg.
goose egg is fine. Deckard, Changeling, you probably have heard this in like some form of reading about folklore at the library. You only know that like it's associated with fairies, but you don't really know much other than that.
So like the specific changeling is like a type of fairy, not that changeling means like fae.
Exactly.
Okay. Deckard would immediately be on edge. You take babies?
No. Not what I particularly do. I mostly perform.
Well, that's...
Our friend Deckard sure does have a way with words. We're so grateful that we got to see your performance tonight. It's been a while since Francis and I got to dance.
I have like a lingering look over at Francis. I noticed.
Is that why you sort of summoned us back here to talk?
I don't know. Maybe I want to see. Maybe I want to see if there is an aim with your appearance tonight. Maybe I want to see if there's anything I can do for you, anything you can do for me. We're getting to know each other right now, although charged. I look at Heather.
I do think that is a great start. What would you like from us, or what can we offer you? S- Leading up from that.
Well, I'll give you one thing. This doesn't necessarily answer your question, but first things first, be careful what you offer to a changeling.
Okay, note taken. I don't know if
What
I'm
can you do for me? Let's see. Well, do you have any goals? Is there anything that you're looking for? I have something I may be looking for, but it is a bit of personal information.
Oh, well then, by all means, we are guests in your domain. I feel like that should take precedent. If you feel comfortable with sharing first.
I don't share first.
I see. And they're just gonna look at the rest of the coven like, well, what the fuck do we do now?
Francis leans in. I already came up with the sex demon thing. I don't know what else to say here.
I am a little bit curious though, darling. You noticed our dancing, of course, and you brought us back here to have a little chit-chat, maybe see what we might have to offer, or perhaps it might be you might have what we're looking for. But you already knew that half of us were brand new, fresh baby bottom mages. So they may not have a whole lot to offer you. So I am curious as to why you brought us back. If potentially half of the people here may not be able to get you what you're looking for.
I wonder why the other half of this little motley is babysitting.
We are doing our due a diligence as a
A
part of.
wayward thing.
I'm doing a favor for the Greenwich Collective, and we're mentoring them as newcomers into the fold.
You're beholden.
Not necessarily. It's like a bit of charity work.
Francis looks at Heather and is like, "You're good. Don't worry about that." Francis straightens up, smooths down his sports coat. Do you have margaritas back here by chance? I think I could use a margarita. Anyone?
Oh, margarita. Well,
I have
I
something.
won't turn one down.
I'll pass.
Deckard.
Wait, who's making the margaritas? Is this a changeling margarita, or is this a margarita that Francis is making? Not that I don't trust something that someone like
I don't
you
know.
is making me.
I don't know where Francis would be procuring margarita ingredients at this moment. We're in a tent.
What goes into a margarita?
Are these regular margaritas, or are they just gonna get us fucked up on fairy magic? I'm not opposed to that unless it's bad.
You're not opposed. And then I turn to
am.
my side. I have a little picnic basket, and inside are little. There are grape clusters. the size of like decent sized grapes, but they shine like marbles. They look hard. But I take one and I eat it. Just grapes.
I
DJ with a victim's basket full of grapes. That sounds normal to me. Sure, I'll try one.
Yeah, those look divine. May I? And Sophie puts her hand out.
Go for it.
When it is in my hand, I would like to roll for matter to see what the fuck is up with this matter.
Okay. Roll me your Arete and matter.
Okay.
I'll send you what this is, Fabian.
Okay. Perfect.
But I thought it was just grapes.
It is.
That's the brand. Just
Alright.
grapes.
Just grapes. I only got one success, and I rolled a 4 for Arete.
4 is fine for Arete. You just don't want to get a 1.
Right. Okay.
It seems like just like a grape. It's a grape.
Even though it doesn't look like a grape. Okay.
It doesn't look like a grape, but like this could be some new kind of like designer kind of gourmet, like not grape substitute,
Cotton candy.
but yeah, kind of
Cotton
like
candy
a
grape.
like a
Margarita
Cons-
flavored grape.
Margarita
concentrated
flavored grape.
like a concentrated grape product.
Okay. Concentrated grape product. Delicious.
Yeah.
I think without checking, Francis is already starting to put them in his mouth and looks at the two trainees. He's like, one time I went up to New Hampshire to meet with Stanley Tucci, and we were doing this sort of brand ambassador thing. And he had flown in these oysters.
Justify this one. It's not great.
It's fine. It would be rude. That's the thing. If you're
Could
offered food,
Deckard, like a dog who ate something they're not supposed to, Deckard in a moment of panic is gonna try to like get a hook in there real quick. Be like, Francis, you forgot you're allergic to these.
Roll me like oh shit. Wits and
If Francis
medicine?
resists too much, Deckard will let it happen, but is gonna try to initially maybe.
Let's first roll me a wits and medicine to see if you're capable of doing it.
Grapes are very juicy.
they're
Yeah,
very juicy.
especially these ones.
You're already ingesting a little bit at this point.
It's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Ooh.
Okay, now roll me like a strength of athletics contest with Francis. This isn't
Is
gonna.
this PvP?
This is kind.
I guess this-
I mean,
this is
kind
gonna
of.
look so awkward.
This
I
little.
have a question.
Yeah, of course.
I think in this moment of panic, I would like to cast magic in a certain way. Heather is going to start like Googling on their phone, just like grape allergies, and kind of I want to use entropy to like help Deckard. Like it says right here, just talking about it,
Okay.
and like hopefully sway that.
You know
in his
what?
favor.
I like this. Just so we don't have contest of rolls, roll me your entropy and arete to see, if you get 2 successes, something happens. Something good happens.
Wait, is this gonna make Francis allergic to grapes?
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. Francis, you start coughing and it just flies out of your mouth.
First, Francis already has like the. He's like, unhand me.
And
And
you
then-
see, for a weird moment, you see on your cell phone, Heather, it goes to Francis Viamonte's website, and like in the about page, some kind of glitchy magic happens and says kind of allergic to grapes, and then after they cough up, it disappears.
Deckard's
it
gonna
said so
take the half
right.
chewed and just put it in his pocket. That was a close one. Yep. Also
Wait,
bit
my-
me a little bit there, but that's all right.
Oh dear, you all really should learn your manners.
I look at
Um,
Sophie, just a little bit of mouth fingering, friendship sort of thing.
This is not normally how our engagements go.
Why am I itchy?
Oh,
Maybe I
Itchy?
think it was the great.
I don't really use soap. I use actually kind of an adhesive that might have gotten in it. It's perfectly fine.
Huh. Your
Have you
grapes
seen
were
what's in
delicious
soap?
for the moment.
for the moment, sincerely.
Power, you were saying something?
I was offering my guests a little bit of hospitality, but if we don't want to have the
You
allergen
like that,
in the
wouldn't you?
air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm?
What were you saying? Because I
Well, you are an interesting character, Deckard.
thank you. And you're a very good DJ, Power. I will say that.
No,
Actually,
thank you.
why does the market have a DJ? Like, do you work for the market? Or is this market like part of your thing? And how did you make them dance like that earlier? And could you make me dance like that? And also,
Deckard, we told you.
are you
those
interested
our
in
dance
helping
skills.
us in a fight against a war against demons? And also, what song would you recommend if you wanted to like let someone know you have feelings for them, but you're not sure how they feel about you, and also they might be a really bad person?
That's several questions. Okay, let's see.
Take
The
your time.
first
Deckard will get out a notebook.
one. The first one was what? I don't remember what the first question was. Something.
Do you work for the? Why does the night market have a DJ?
The night market has a DJ because nightlife entertainment is always going to be a hub for those that don't have anything to do during the day. Maybe they don't work, maybe they have late jobs, or they sleep during the day. For the nocturnals, for those that need that reprieve in the moon. Get fucked up, get a date, have fun. Everyone needs pleasure.
Oh, so you peddle like pleasure, not just like this isn't just a place to exchange goods.
I peddle all sorts of things. But mostly that's Vandal's thing. I trade.
Okay.
All right.
What was your next question?
Traded.
I don't really remember. Oh, how did you make them dance like that?
The
Deckard, how many
microphone.
times do we have to tell you?
Oh, these two.
Yeah. Wait, are there
I-
others?
Well, the entire crowd was inspired purposefully. Don't you see that there's a shine on the both of them? There's a twinkle, isn't there?
That's always the case, honestly. But
They're both ovulating.
Both of those. Francis is like wiping bits of grape off of his coat with a handkerchief. He's like, I only trained in Argentina for 4 months to dance like that. Goodness.
Also, yes, perhaps your friends have talent.
Okay.
perhaps.
And then I asked if you're interested in helping us against our war against the demons.
Ooh.
I'm interested in that question. What is it about these demons?
It's not our war. Deckard, you have such an imagination.
It's like a metaphor.
You
No,
know,
no, they're
our-
literal
our inner demons.
Demons.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have
Deckard keeps calling our home a den of debauchery. And I think he just has a personal thing against our a luxurious
Okay,
decadence.
I want one of you, either Heather, Deckard, or Sufi, to roll me a charisma and deception. Subterfuge. And power. Could you roll me wits and insight?
Yeah.
And could you message me what you get?
Okay.
Not my dice falling off the table.
So who's rolling for us?
Yeah, only one of you guys.
Well, as just displayed, Deckard is a terrible, terrible liar.
And I only have one
Oh.
subterfuge.
Oh. Well, I was actively talking, so I figured I was the one doing the lying. I
Yeah.
did only get one success, though.
How many successes did the coder get?
One.
One. Power. You know they're just bullshitting. However you want to deal with the clear shenanigery of the coven, have at it.
I know about one demon-related thing.
No, really, you don't have to entertain him with this silly topic.
Although, could be good for some education. What do you know about the demon thing? What's your demon thing?
I don't share first. What is it about this war of demons?
Okay, I'm cutting this tension with a knife. We had a particular run. If that's enough to share, is that okay with the group to share? Because we are getting nowhere in
No,
I
He-
thought we were here to get information about how to beat demons. Why is I don't know what's going on.
How to be demons?
So, no,
Beat
not
demons.
be them.
Oh, beat. Okay.
yes.
Surely you've heard about the situation at the gala.
Can we become demons?
There was an individual that showed up and started a ruckus. We have discovered through some asking around that it was a demon. And it's not the first time this person's name has come up. We suspect we might run across them again.
Name.
Well, it's not my name. Toby?
This person showed up and what? Tangoed?
No, they an actual ruckus, not a delight feast for the eyes. They came and smashed glass and caused a whole. People were dropping like flies because they poisoned the champagne. It's just an awful waste of champagne, if you ask me.
Even me, I was I need to stop taking food and beverages from strangers, I think.
Darling, maybe.
This is actually a huge moment for us. This whole trip was worth it for that.
What a
Actually, it's a good point. If anybody wants to do an insight roll, wits and insight.
I will.
That I am good at.
I will.
I got one. Success.
That's good too.
4 successes.
I'm gonna spend a willpower actually, because I have a lot more dice. I should have rolled better.
Okay.
14.
Should I roll something?
Yeah, roll me charisma and actually no, not charisma, composure and subterfuge.
Okay. That's 4.
4. Okay. It's gonna be meet or beat. It meets. Bully, what did you get when you rolled your willpower?
I have 4 total.
Okay, the
So
two
I
of
had
you.
2 and then I got 2 more.
You don't get much, but what you definitely clock is a familiarity. You definitely notice power reacts to the name Toby as if they know who this person is. Whether the intensity, like whether they know a lot or a little, you're not sure, but definitely there's a hint of familiarity. But please continue.
I think upon noticing this, Francis's whole demeanor changes and just asks straight up, why would Toby want to burn the crown of Jesus Christ?
The crown of Jesus Christ was burned. That's right, it was destroyed. It was sent ambling along the markets, so I've heard. Are you saying that I know Toby?
I think you do.
Let me see. What have you given me? You spit on my floor.
That
You just sort of openly fingered some man's mouth in my tent. You go through my equipment. I'm gonna need something.
you want money?
I have an idea, a little bit better than money for me.
Sure.
I look at Sophie and then I look at Francis. How tall's Francis?
Short king.
Short king, I think we said like 5,
Small compared to you.
5'6", I think.
5'6"? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I stand. I don't know, but I'm 6 feet tall. I'm a tall fucker, basically. What do you know about glamour?
Glamour, as in the fashion magazine.
As in, sort of, do mages need to... Do you have like... is it sort of like the video game sort of thing? You need mana to cast magic. Do you have something that you need to revitalize yourself with?
Sleep,
I
mostly.
mean, my beauty rest every night.
The answer seems to be no.
Changelings need something that they can't sleep on. They can't make on their own. They incite it. They get it through dreams. And then again, I look at Francis. Through contracts. I'd love to try something.
Do tell.
And I look at Sophie. And I think a hand of mine with sort of long, cold fingers, like just kind of brush Francis's hair to the side and like tucking it around Francis's ear. Looking at Sophie. May I?
May you what, darling? You're gonna have to use your words. I don't speak vague gestures.
Are we supposed to be here for this? I don't.
There's a time it's called the free love movement, and I don't think I've seen these two discuss that or what's going on.
I think it's not like nowadays non-monogamy.
I think it's getting popular again, yeah. So
Yeah, it
maybe,
is making
but
its
also
own
they seem like
returns.
the real jealous type. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know. They got a lot of stuff to work on. I don't think they're in the right space communicatively to maybe embark on this.
You just did the great thing. I don't think they.
What?
For someone who is so in tune to sound waves, you sure are gossiping rather loudly, Deckard.
You heard all that?
You were all. I thought you were all focused on. We're not here.
Yeah, I was locked in. I thought you'd be extra locked in. I think
Mhm.
Power here is asking to maybe smooch Francis.
Again,
Francis
Deckard.
is just like,
so observant, so astute.
I'm sorry. Okay. You mentioned contracts. What kind of contract is this? Do you want a lock of my hair? Do you what like? Why are you asking Sophie and not me? What is this?
Emasculating you.
Wait, does that mean Sophie has a contract on Francis? Is there some?
I don't.
I think. Do we know if Sophie's one of us and not one of them? I get sex demon vibes.
We need to stop talking.
I'll take that as a compliment, actually. I'm sorry. Did we get your name? I mean, you're very...
Did you? I don't know.
Yeah, normally, when things get a little bit more intimate, I like to have people's names. So, what's your name?
Still sort of caressing Francis's like side of the face and like behind the hair, like stroking fingers through. Names are a little bit touchy, actually. But you can
Yeah,
the only
use
thing-
your hands are also a little bit touchy. You did not even bother to ask my sweet Francis for consent to touch his immaculate face.
I look over at Francis.
I mean,
Is this
this
not
is
pleasurable?
fine. This is good. This is fine. But what do you want?
I look back over at Sophie. You can call me Power.
That's quite the name.
It's my pillar name. It's a bit dramatic, but so
I mean, it
am I.
goes with all this, so that makes sense. Francis, darling,
If your
Power's
hus
hand is just touching you.
is your
Yeah.
husband is willing to play along and give me something that maybe is worth all of the little strange things that you've done in my tent, I'll give you something. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can take a guess. It's just a kiss.
Nobody
You
say
hear
it.
Mr. Brightside kind of
Aye,
somebody
there.
opens the tent and you hear Mr. Brightside playing outside.
Now hang on. Now hang on for real this time. Okay. All right. It's hot in here. Out here. Whatever. The case is.
As soon as you say that, I think like there's like wind that kind of swirls through, but then the wind suddenly goes stagnant again.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to be frank with you. You are very very attractive. Listen. Okay. We've already discussed that perhaps I should, not be drinking champagne or eating strange grapes. Um, I personally, you've just told us you're a changeling, and thank you. It's very kind of you to uh, reveal yourself. Not not reveal yourself. um, you're
As
not
you're
a sex
talking,
demon.
I'm still touching you.
Francis is like, you're not a sex demon, but definitely I don't need to get into anything that I might regret later. And also, again, to be frank, I am happily married. Um, we've we're no strangers to that type of thing, you know.
That type of
But
thing.
there's no need to get into it. But
We play together.
Sophie,
Stand of goddamn
my darling,
adultery, I told you.
we don't that.
Mm.
My darling wife meant that to the Cheney's now. Meant that in like a figurative way.
I
You
play
want a
alone.
kiss?
I want a kiss. For a reason.
For something, for good information?
Revitalizing. What I will give you is more information about this Toby.
So is this like your changeling thing?
Yeah, it is.
This okay. And a follow-up question. Why Mr. Francis? No offense in particular. I'm not
take it.
offering, I'm just inquiring. Thank you.
But Heather here is very good looking young person. So are my other friends. So it could be anyone if that is your thing.
This man fingered your mouth in my tent, so not this one.
And they were salty a little bit.
Done that. It's a salt-based compound, but yeah, whatever.
Sophie, or Batty rather, I guess also Fabs, in whatever way we can go about this, I want to know specifically if Sophie is jealous.
Sophie feels pretty confident that Francis will not go through with it. So there's like a little bit of twinge of like a jealousy discomfort, but unless that changes, then she's not super overtly jealous.
Here's what I'm gonna call. Roll me composure and stamina. Batty.
Stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I should do?
I got
No.
Okay.
They already did something for you to auto pass this.
Welp. No successes.
No successes. It's fine. It's you don't notice anything weird. You feel that they're okay, but you feel like this whole play, you're gonna get what you want if you sow later because of what they, I mean, it's not gonna be a secret anymore above table. Because of the grape that they ate, you're gonna be able to get a little bit already from how they're feeling right now. You're gonna be able to harvest a little bit. Not as much as you would have if it happened, but you'll get some.
That's enough then. Then I put my hand away.
Can we do like a group huddle real quick? Just if we're in like contract negotiation stage, is that what's happening now? You're just to lay it all out there. You're wanting a kiss for information about Toby.
Yeah, yes, group huddle, yes.
Do I have that right?
Yeah, I think we all have equal huddle initiation.
Yeah.
Please, if we can all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you guys huddle, we're actually gonna take our break, our first break. And we'll be right back shortly. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for after the break. We're gonna have a few announcements. We'll see you guys in a bit. Howdy. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. This is Ashes of New Amsterdam. My name is Fabs, and I'm your storyteller. Before we get into a short recap of what's going on, let me let you guys know what's going on at Bad House RPG for the coming week. So part 2 of All the Witches, special game GM by the creator themselves, Emma Panada, will be on Monday. That'll be the last session for that. The Kickstarter for that is going to end, I believe, next week. So if you haven't checked that out, do give it a look, because it's very interesting. All the Witches is a new gaming system where you can relive your magical academia fantasies in a rich, vibrant world, written by talented members of the TTRPG space. Yeah, I believe it's the 14th or the 15th. But yeah, second part will be on April 10th, 5 p.m. or Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern. Check out, I believe, if we do this. Oh, no. If we do that, if you guys want to check out the link for the Kickstarter, it's right there in the chat. And second episode of Shattered Dawn, our cyberpunk adventure, is going to be on Wednesday, and just regular programming. Last episode of Lion's Den is going to be next week, so catch us tomorrow for that. With that out of the way, we have been here with our special guest, Josephine, who's playing Power, the Changeling, one of the pillars of the night market, trying to get a little bit of glamour from our couple. But yeah, they do seem to know something about the situation with Toby, and we're just going to go back in time in this tiny huddle that the party has gotten before we went on break.
So, Francis has got you all there, and definitely doing, like, is not as composed as he usually is. So he's got it like his arm and everything. Okay. Clearly, this is someone important. And I heard the word pillar. If I'm correct, we've met 2 pillars now, and one of them is... Are they still watching us?
Poacher. Poacher is still watching. Like, Poacher is mingling with a few people in the background. But you do know that, like, I mean, you're not sure if they're a pillar. But you've only met Poacher and Power so far.
Okay. I will say this. Power's deal a lot better than Poacher's. So, darling.
But your marriage.
Yes, my darling and I will talk beforehand, but
Go ahead.
this is the crown of Jesus, you know? It's burned to ash in our house. And
Maybe not say that quite so loudly, darling.
it burned to ashes in our house. Toby and a demon broke into our house.
Can I do an effect to just make like a nice sound bubble around us that nothing's gonna get out of?
Sure. If you can get 1 success on a magic with
Some forces?
I wouldn't say forces. What was the correspondence? Because you're trying to make sound not leave the space that you're occupying. So yeah. Just need one success.
Are they outside the tent? Or are they still in the tent?
They're
like,
still
are they
in the
just...
tent with you.
And there's is there a bubble that actually shows up, or is it invisible?
It's like
What
an
he
invisible.
would be doing is monitoring the sound waves.
Yeah.
And essentially eliminating them as they reach a certain perimeter. Like you would definitely see him do magic. You would see this old dude take out his little handheld radio, pull up the antenna, and fine tune some things, and probably keep looking up at you and Poacher a couple times as he's getting the adjustments just right, and satisfied that all right, we're good. And it would be probably obvious too that suddenly you wouldn't even hear a mumble.
Yeah. And for the audience, what you're seeing is kind of a Scott Pilgrim-esque kind of visual where you see the kind of sound waves kind of bending and contorting until you see just a single thin line representing sound where nothing is going. And yes, please continue your conversation.
Is it it's like in Full Metal Alchemist where we're in the background chibi form?
Exactly.
So they can't hear us?
No, we're good. Because I'm not good at whispering, so I will be speaking at full volume, especially as I get more passionate
You're
about my
certainly
talk.
not.
Okay,
Francis looks back at Power with already the handkerchief out from wiping his face and just waves the handkerchief a little hi. So if we're in agreement, and hopefully this won't kill me, I've never kissed a changeling before.
Yes, if I'm honest, that's the part I'm most worried about. I've also never kissed a changeling before, and I can't say for certain what's going to happen when you do. But I understand that we probably do need this information about Toby and this demon war or whatever, and I know how important to you the Crown of Christ is. So
It's better than kidnapping Arsham, but I think, darling, before we do anything, you and I should talk.
Yes, perhaps.
Should we step out of the...
Well,
so we can have some
there might be more to this, and then I want you two, obviously, you two have some things to talk about. But one, you're worried about kissing a fairy, but you're just eating weird fruit from them willy-nilly, no problem with that. You can't.
I did that without thinking much.
You gotta start thinking, Francis. It's all right. We're getting there.
Stanley Tucci's oysters gave me a stomach.
You keep
bug. It was
mentioning,
weird.
is this a mage? Is this should I have met
The
this person by
strongest
now?
mage in the universe.
You mentioned him. The only other
know what?
person you
Let's
mentioned more than
just
him is
say-
Sophie.
Let's just say Stanley Tucci is a part of the Gothamized Society. It's just, of course he is.
New guest. But no. So you. I mean, I guess you know what a changeling is, whatever. What I know about changelings, they switch babies at birth to be raised as fairies. It's weird. It's messed up. Fairies are dangerous. Don't accept things from them and all that. You know the deal. Don't sign contracts. But a kiss might be a small price to pay. But a lot of times it's not the thing, it's the meaning behind the thing. Otherwise, this would be kind of fucked up if they're asking for a sexual favor in exchange for information. If there was an HR to this market, I'd be going right to them. But I think it's not quite that, which means if you don't feel anything, if you're not feeling the kiss might not give them much and you might be safe. So the trick is, don't be horny about the kiss and you might be fine. But don't let them escalate. If they're a little over the pants stuff, and I'll give you even more information, then we attack. We're all in agreement.
When do we start playing Monster Hearts?
If there's anything
let's
like
not
that,
attack. Let's keep attacking out of this social
I'll beat his
situation.
ass if we have to. All right, that's fine. I just want Francis to be comfortable. But if you're willing to risk whatever it is a kiss will do for information, you're the one taking the risk, and I have to say that's quite brave of you, and I appreciate that. And I assume that's the only reason you're doing it. So,
while you guys are just chatting, you see that people are passing you by, just looking at you guys what the fuck.
yeah. Francis, says this. I appreciate your concern. And if you need to beat anyone's ass today, honestly, it might still have to be Poacher. Because they're going to be watching, and that'll make it more weird, I think. But,
Yeah, they allowed to
Nobody
watch
likes
like
a looky
this.
loo.
Yeah.
Unless consented, but anyway.
at any rate, I am a multi-million-dollar businessman. You don't become a multi-million-dollar businessman
Ethically.
without slutting it up just a little bit. A little bit. I think I'm ready. And if I get turned into a giant animal and start stepping on New York, feel free to kill me. Or no, don't kill me. Figure that out for me. Just promise me you won't let me become a monster. Or die.
Just don't like it and you'll be fine. All right, I'll let you have your talk now.
I'll do my best. They're kind of hot though.
You're pretty hot.
Darling Sophie, may we have the sound cone?
Oh, you may have the bubble. I'll step outside.
Oh, I'm
Heather
also
actually got a lot of
stepping
questions
back.
about the situation. Yeah.
For some reason, all the Fae are just looking, and they step out of this invisible bubble. And yes, please, you have the floor.
Darling Sophie, I think
My
we're
dear
going to have to apply Resurgence rules, which means no going in without clearing the air.
Indeed.
Because I know we've had a few things, unspoken things, and I don't want to kiss this very sexy while we still have baggage in our bags.
It's true. Most importantly is consent, and that you don't enjoy it too much because I can't play.
Yes, that's important. I will
You have
try
a
not to like it
tickling.
too much.
You have a tickling kind of thought in the back of your head. You never really ask if you can play or not.
Huh. Good point, God.
Of course, Francis, I got you.
Francis does say, look, I need to be candid with you. The whole thing with the Greenwich Collective is I am bothered every now and then. Thinking that I don't think, you're going to fall in love with that person, such and such. They have a hold on you, and that's scary to me,
My dear Francis, you are speaking of a history many years long. You can't possibly be implying that one kiss with this changeling that is going to change your heart and the way you feel about us and this marriage.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying even I don't want to carry jealousy into this epic smooch that I'm about to do. Okay? I want us to be...
That was a very wide, roundabout way to make that statement. But I agree. Perhaps we've never not played together, darling. Perhaps we should just see if they're interested. And then we don't have to worry about that nasty little baggage you describe. Besides, if you're gonna turn into a terrible beast, I could not bear to see it. I would want to be one with you.
That's the other thing. Because I do think I don't want this baggage in any scenario. It's the vampire thing, darling.
My dear, we're gonna bring that up right now and get into that
I
right
know.
now.
I'm not giving the lecture, and I know your reasons. I want to know that nothing supernatural or otherwise could pull us apart. Not that, not the Greenwich Collective, our past ties, not even my darling uncle.
We are so rock solid, my dear. Like, our foundation is more strong than diamonds themselves. The Greenwich Collective, anyone there, could never. That's why I'm no longer with the Greenwich Collective. Now, the vampire thing, I would hope that you would say the same. That truly nothing could tear us apart. Nothing could come between us. But again, must we have this conversation now?
See a tiny bearded man with a red cap and a box of like records just walking back in and looking back, and it bumps this invisible bubble that Deckard had created. Boom, boom, and you just see, so everybody outside of the bubble just hears like, what the fuck is this?
Sophie just
suppose
says,
not.
excuse you, we're having a heartwarming conversation. Please give us a moment.
I don't think they can hear us, darling.
Oh, right.
And you see
Let's
them
just
like
get this on with.
angrily just like walk around you.
Darling, nothing could change the way I feel about you. Nothing could shake our relationship. I, of course, prefer to play with you, but if you need to just do this just so that we can move along and find some way to get ourselves out of this mess, then honestly, as our friend Deckard said, don't enjoy it too much. Please, don't get too horny. Or save it up for me for later.
Francis waves the handkerchief at Deckard and goes,
Is this fucker clapping at me to do?
We have to just forgive just this once, Mr. Deckard, please.
It's been dropped since the first clap, and I'm just watching him still do this stuff. Just...
Yeah.
Oh, DJ.
Me.
Hi, yes.
Me? Oh.
We will give you something.
Okay. I will say before I think y'all are done, whenever do Deckard and Power, do we lock eyes at all?
Probably. Deckard's constantly just like checking over their shoulder in a very uncomfortable, paranoid manner, and would like do a lot of quick glances at Power. Yeah.
This could have probably happened while the couple were having.
I was gonna
their
say, yeah.
bubble.
Heather is also gonna see this. Something visibly shimmers, and you don't see what my face looks like anymore. And then all of a sudden, I have a vampire bat face, and I effectively jump scare you as soon as you're out of the bubble. And then when you blink, it's like as if nothing happened. And I smile at you, Deckard. You know, there are the fairies that swap babies or anything like that. Something I will have you know. To a degree, I was the swapped babe. And when you grow parts from that unwanted twin, you eat them. And that's how you deal with that. So maybe there is something to the eating the babies thing, but only once they're powerful enough. And an adult.
Are you telling me this to make me feel better about what you are? Are you trying to scare me? Because it's kind of working either way.
If you want me to scare you, give me some of your hair.
No, because I don't know if it'll grow back.
I just need a piece. A single strand.
Well, you'll get what you want from someone else. No
Okay.
offense. You're not my type. You're kind of. I don't know what my type is, but it ain't. Is it you?
If you have to think about it, you're gay. Yes, Francis.
This week on Monster Fuckers and Francis is not in a JoJo pose, but I'm gonna pretend that Francis is spiritually in a JoJo pose. Says, "We want to know everything you know about Toby and or demons, and or the crown of Jesus, and or reasons why demons and or Toby would want to burn and or destroy the crown of Jesus. I am prepared to kiss you just once. But I have another offer. Should you wish to kiss Sophie as well, we would want even more information. Because we want to know why. Well, I suppose I would ask you the question after. But it's about Poacher.
Poacher. I like the direction. One question about kissing your wife. Will it make
Yes.
you feel bad if I kiss her? I prefer it that way.
It's at this moment that I'm going to use my psychic ability. And I'm going to try and read Power's mind.
Yeah, wits and insight. Power, you can combat this with I'll let you decide composure or resolve. And roll me a glamour rating with that.
Juggling these systems.
Remind me what I roll for glamour rating, actually. Just my glamour?
Yeah, your total glamour, your total maximum glamour.
Okay.
Not what you have currently, but your total.
You
If
need
that-
successes?
Yes. How much successes? This is going to be a contest.
What does quintessence do again?
Quintessence, you can add it to your roll. It's a magical primal energy that you can add to your roll.
I'm gonna use my quintessence for the.
You also have a flashback. You would like to use?
I will, actually. Will that just make, because I rolled 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I rolled 7 die and I got 3 successes. Flashback. What's that gonna do?
Yeah. 3 successes won't be enough.
Okay. So
Is the flashback an instant success though? Is that how that works? Automatic
Yes.
success?
You're gonna have to reasonably explain to me how you use your flashback to read this mind and
Okay. I think it doesn't change the mechanics of how Francis is magically reading this mind,
Mhm.
but rather what Francis is looking for.
Okay.
I think the flashback would actually be when Francis is like 14 or 15, and it would be between him and Tito Edgar.
Okay.
I think it would be Edgar, darling uncle, taking Francis to a board meeting, and where their company is meeting with another company, and they're hashing out a deal. And then they go to dinner afterwards with the same people. And at some point, Tito Edgar leans over to Francis and says, "You always have to pay attention because everyone wants something, and they'll never say exactly what it is."
Okay.
And so it's a reminder to Francis how people operate in the world of business.
Sure. I'll let this go through. Power, what is on your mind right now?
Do I feel something go through my mind?
You do. But surprisingly, it's a little bit too powerful to push out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I show it
You can
something?
manipulate, yeah, you can manipulate how they see it.
while also answering the question?
Mm-hmm.
I think you see the sudden visage, almost a nature documentary sort of perspective on a vampire bat, but it is instead 8 or 9 feet tall with fleshy vestigial wings on the arms, and it is I think ripping the head off of an identical vampire bat off and eating it. What's on my mind is I am a bad person. I want to feel the jealousy between two people that I could potentially sow some discord into the relationship so that they have to leave thinking about the structure, the strength of their own morality, their own relationship. It's funny.
So, regarding my offer, what say you?
Will kissing your wife make you feel bad?
Francis shoots Sophie a look and gives her a husband sign that's like, "I'm about to lie right now." And says, "It would make me feel a little bad, but I could figure that out later."
That is the direction of the lie. Okay. Then I am going to make a painstaking job out of looking at Sophie as I kiss Francis. I don't look Francis. I don't look you in the eyes. There's like no really, the intimacy really isn't even there. It's just me locked eyes with Sophie. And you don't feel tired or anything. I don't know if you want to make me roll, but I am actively harvesting glamour. The roll would be like it would be a social attribute and or skill. And then the successes that I get based on that is how much glamour I get.
Charisma and subterfuge.
Okay. What the fuck is that? That's like...
Batty, I need you to roll me composure. And charisma.
Do I add any weird? Probably not.
Sure.
So you're gonna regret that. Okay.
Actually, no. I just realized how much rude you had. No.
Okay, I'll take it back. I'll take it back. Alright.
Sophie, what did you get?
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna use a willpower and re-roll one.
Okay.
Oh, that was a fail.
I'm gonna get 7 glamour out of this kiss.
Oh my.
Again, you don't feel tired, but I think there is a noticeable thing that is leaving you, and it's a dangerous, delicious thing of the jealousy, or like any potential like bad feeling about kissing me right now leaves you, and I take it into my own body. It doesn't last for long. It's just for this moment, maybe until you dream again. And then I'll go over to you, Sophie. Similar thing. Yeah.
I will say this, like, as after the kiss, Francis takes out a handkerchief, being, can I use my psychic ability the same way Deckard did, where I broadcast to everyone?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna broadcast to my teammate here. They harvest jealousy. That's how they keep their glamour up. Also, they use, I think that's coconut chapstick. Controversial choice.
How dare you? I hate
Not
coconut.
bad.
Okay. And now you're approaching Sophie.
Yeah. Same thing. I am kissing you. There's like the intimacy is like not really, it's not there. I'm looking at Francis while I do it. And again, it's that like brief thing of something that will pass, but it is that taking away the bad feeling of kissing me.
What do I roll?
Roll charisma and composure, please.
Composure.
And Joe, repeat your roll to harvest your glamour.
Oh,
It's a lot of dice. That's a lot of failures. I got 2 successes.
Okay. Pretty evident. 4 successes on the glamour. Yeah. You get your glamour. You get what you need.
I'm at max glamour.
Mm-hmm. Both.
Maybe they're going with it. Maybe it's Sophie and Francis.
Sophie and
Giving up
Francis.
their glamour.
You feel however you feel. It's only business. Seems fine. For now. But yeah. Continue.
Remind me your questions again.
Oh yeah, Toby. Demons. What's up? You know? That's weird.
It's not. It's not Toby who is the one that is demon affiliated. It's a family member.
Of Toby or yours?
Of Toby.
Toby. That makes more sense.
Anyway. Toby does what any good older relative figure will. Wants to break it. Wants to do the odd jobs necessary. Will take on the appearance as necessary to get this deal broken. Devils, demons. I haven't worked with them very much. I don't know how prickly or sticky it is to work with one.
Would it become more prickly if the crown of Jesus was destroyed? Is that kind of a big deal for demons?
I don't know. Probably. There's a reason that it was done.
It probably did it as part of. So Toby is a demon, or Toby made a deal with a demon and now has to do all these odd jobs to get out of its deal?
The family member was the one that made the deal. He's trying to get them out of it.
So Toby's not a demon?
Mm-hmm.
Then what is Toby?
Someone unfortunate.
But an unfortunate mortal, an unfortunate mage, kindred, you said earlier, a changeling, or is that another transaction?
They're a mage. Toby's a mage.
I see.
Toby is seducing people all demon-like.
No. Are people being seduced? Like, what's the sex demon thing?
Yeah, Geraldine was seduced by a sex demon, an incubus.
Is this related to the crown of Jesus being destroyed?
Yes,
Yeah, they
actually.
used that to get. I've already said too much. You got me rambling again.
I don't know
I think-
all of the incredible drama that's around this, apparently.
The demon is playing an active role, that's all we can say, and is hurting people now. And did so to get to
Interesting.
the crown. With
This
sex
is bad
demon
for-
magic.
All of us, I assume, right? Are changelings and demons, you work together?
Why would we?
You seem a little evil. They seem very evil. I'm not sure.
Deckard, you can't just say these things about people.
That's an interesting.
No, I mean, they know. I assume. I don't know. You seem like you're owning it. You flashed your demon face at me earlier, scared the shit out of me. I assume you're letting me know, hey, I'm kind of bad. And I'm like, all right, I get it.
They're pretty
I
bad,
hope-
yeah.
I hope it's simply a lesson that fairies are just as dangerous.
Oh, I think everything's dangerous. Yeah, lesson learned.
Is Toby dangerous?
Well, just as dangerous as any one well equipped, such as this fine married couple in front of me. The more experienced mage. I'm gonna squint at Deckard again. You're scared of everything, you said?
And what if I am? That doesn't mean I won't fuck it up. Except for aliens. What do you know about aliens?
I don't know a goddamn thing about aliens.
Fuck. Alright.
What I do know is that your name has appeared before me before.
No, that ain't me. There's a lot of Deckards.
By way of a threat. You being the threat. Which is interesting to me. You seem useless.
That's a little uncalled for, don't you think?
No, it's my opinion. It's my domain.
Well, then I'll just
How
mark
did-
it down as unappreciated by me.
Yeah. Me
Do you want a
too,
grape?
But also,
I'd rather choke.
Fun.
I bet.
Yes, Deckard.
Deckard's gonna do a fist bump to Heather.
It's
Tell me more about
reciprocated,
this
of
then.
course.
How did my who scared you? Like you're mostly right. Who scared little old me? I haven't done anything wrong or hurt anybody or done anything to be considered a threat.
Not to your other mage cousins.
I don't think my cousins are mages. I mean, Jeb was always a little weird, but like not magical.
And then I pivot back to the Toby conversation. Toby's a mage. Toby is just as dangerous, as I said. Who knows what all might be done? The last time I saw Toby was a week before buying something in the night market. I'm not sure who it is exactly. I have an idea. It's still strange to me.
Well, it's all strange.
Who's this relative? Who's Toby's relative that's in trouble?
I don't think I'll give you that.
What if Francis let you do some over the pants stuff?
Deckard.
Francis, you can't just offer up someone else's body.
I thought we talked about that.
My goodness, we need to have a discussion about manners later, I think.
I look at Sophie. I'll take your permission, but we don't have to do that right now.
Well, I do
There's
believe
probably
that
something.
I do believe that a kiss with me was also offered up for in exchange for information. So you did partake.
Ask away.
I was going to
What was
ask
Deckard's
about
question?
Poacher, but I do like.
Who's this relative that made the deal with the devil? It seems like if we get to them, we might be able to sort of get to the root of the problem. Or at least make Toby not an enemy, and maybe we can even work with Toby to help this. We gotta know who this person is.
And okay, noted. What were you saying, Francis?
Now, I like that question. I was going to ask about Poacher. Just a moment. Huddles with me. At this point, it's getting old. I was going to ask why Poacher would want Archambault's blood.
Oh, I mean, it's the
Oh,
same
well.
reason this one wants a kiss. They take things and they.
Yeah, perhaps that's their thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
So-
that's something I would be curious about, but I don't know if it's as important as demon stuff.
You're right. You're right. A kiss from my darling Sophie is worth more than that. Okay.
There you go. It's pretty romantic.
Hands on the hips. Ask your question again, Deckard.
Yeah, on behalf of Sophie, yeah, who is this relative of Toby's?
Younger brother goes to NYU.
Major?
Name?
I don't think I know their name. Babs.
No, I gave you the name. It's Aaron Thuy, business major.
Yeah.
Business. Oh, so he's boring. Francis doesn't think that. Z does.
That's good. You can work with that. They like money. You got money.
You can try to persuade him with, I don't know, a scholarship or a brand deal or something, just to get him out of the college. Or
I mean, that's
something like
probably
that.
why he would sign a deal with a demon anyway. Business is hard. Especially
I'm
for
going to leave
me.
that
I only had $1
comment
million
there.
to start mine.
Oh, you only had a small loan from your family to
Small,
get
just a tiny
Francis,
little
you never
loan.
told me that you came from such humble beginnings.
My bootstraps pulled. That's a good amount of information.
I am curious though, Power. We've noticed over there that we've been being watched tonight, even when we were having our moments. Is that something that he usually does?
As a reminder, is Poacher's the one, or is it the security guard? I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Yeah, like security guard is watching for your protection. Poacher's just eavesdropping.
Okay, yeah. Poacher's just kind of a dirty bitch.
And Fab's Poacher wasn't one of the pillars, right? Or do we not know that?
No, you're not sure. Poacher has mentioned that he has a boss, so you can probably assume that he's not one of the pillars.
What's your stake in all this, if I may ask? You're so curious about us being aimless. How does that affect you?
Well, just as much as it does a bunch of magical tourists entering into the night markets, trading things, and just as foolish as Toby was. Changelings want to be behind our mask. We want to hide our little scary selves a little bit. I will speak from my own experience, however. The climate lately, just as it is for many mages and kindred, is less of a faction-based approach. My stake. I don't want my shit blown up. I want to have an eye on what's going on.
Maybe we could do a little exchange network situation instead of.
I thought you'd never ask, and then I pull something out. Would you like to do something for me? And then you can. I will owe you a favor.
Let's hear what it is first, and then this probably
Francis?
will require a huddle, just so you know, and then.
Another huddle.
Francis
Yeah,
like
another
nudges Deckard with his elbow and passes you some chapstick. You're a little dry.
Oh no, I'm not.
Just a little.
Thank you. Oh. Just take a quick look at the ingredients. Can you put this on your lips? Hell no. And he gives it back. I make my own. What do you need from us, Power?
I'm not 100% aware of what it is or what it's going to do. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm interested, and I want it. There's a paradox manifestation, apparently, in the city. If you catch it, or bring its corpse, then you can get that favor.
And pretend I don't know what the fuck a paradox manifestation is.
Something. It has to do with a vulgar one of you lot.
This is our fault?
No, it's another something born from something. Do you want to roll about it? I don't know.
Yeah, if so Deckard, you wouldn't be able to roll upon this.
Yeah, because genuinely power is like, I think, still trying to like understand what it is.
Yeah, but I will let the couple roll intelligence and occult to see if you've heard about this before, because you are somewhat the oldest older in the group in terms of being a mage.
I'm gonna use willpower to reroll one. I got the same exact roll. Okay, only 2.
3 on my end.
3 on your end. So what you know of like a paradox manifestation is, because your magic is bending reality, it tears reality to a point where some manifestation, spirit, or monster might take that opportunity to come through this your dimension from beyond the Umbra, is what you've known. You haven't seen one, you haven't heard of anybody encountering one, but you know that this is a thing.
This is the perfect opportunity for Wizards 101 here with my friends. A paradox benefit. Deckard, do you know how when you cast spells you're playing with waves of reality?
Not really casting spells,
Sound.
more so.
You ever played Sonic?
The Ben Schwartz video game? I'm familiar with it, yes.
The Ben Schwartz video game?
Yes.
It's the Chaos Emeralds.
It makes me so mad.
Does that make sense?
Does that answer your
solve
question? Because I don't have to say anything if Chaos Emeralds really hit
Pretend
the
I
mark.
don't know what Chaos Emeralds are.
Okay. You know Obama?
Yes. Now I'm following.
Okay. Francis does not mention no. So, when you do magic, let's call it magic, you are using the techniques that you know and love: sound, radio. You are playing with the waves of reality. I do the same thing with fragrance, you know? So, imagine those waves didn't only flow in one direction, but so many directions that we couldn't see them all, like more dimensions. And imagine if from another dimension, on that wave, a terrible monster could surf in, and hang 10, and then eat a bunch of people and break stuff. Paradox. Hypothetically,
think you
I don't know about them eating.
touched
people
on
and breaking
something
stuff.
there. I know sometimes I would hear static, get weird feedback sometimes, and I wasn't quite sure where this source of this came from. I just called it the other side, but you're saying that other side, that static, manifested here. Okay,
Yes.
that actually makes a little bit of sense. Thank you. I think, Francis.
That's good.
And we
right?
have to go get it, and these look like Sonic, and we go and get them, and we bring them to power, and then we'll get.
From what I know, they look like Sonic a little bit.
Okay.
Is that true? I'm a little bit concerned if we go out looking for something that looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
No,
we might not find what we're looking for.
when I took the bus
The
through
head-
Times Square, I think I saw a few of these paradox creatures.
You saw multiple
You know-
Sonic the Hedgehog.
And that's so possible. That's so possible.
Were they posing with people?
Yes.
Devious. Well, that's
So we
how
go
they
get
you.
them. All
Wait,
right.
so it is possible. Hold on. Is there multiple Paradox?
I only
Yeah.
know of one.
Sonic.
Where
And
is it?
as far as I understand, they're fairly rare. Maybe not. Maybe they just. I don't know. I don't know where it
Why-
is. It's in the city.
a big
Why are
city.
you concerned with it?
I want it.
Dead or alive?
Either.
So what use is it to you dead?
A mandrake, even if it's dead, still has properties that I can use.
Is this like Poacher has a vampire that seems to be in an awfully bad shape? Or is it going to be like that? Is this paradox? You called a creature. Is this like a sentient good thing and we're going to go hurt it and for you?
It's a
I'm not
concept.
about that. Is it evil?
Probably.
Okay.
It's
think I
certainly
know.
going to defend itself.
Is there anything we should know going up against it when it's defending
I've-
itself?
I thought that you lot would have any idea of what it was.
No, I know they got to go fast. And if we can somehow
Mhm.
counter that, we should be able to
Yeah,
capture
maybe.
it.
Okay, I think we
You-
are. We've gotten all the information that we're going to get out of each other. I think. Any loose threads? Anything we're forgetting? Any last parting words we have for each other before we go find this paradox?
Want anything else while we're out? Cup of coffee.
Cornetto?
Auto.
Do y'all want to like exchange numbers before we go?
No, we don't know.
So
No.
is this official? Do we need to sign something, or is it we bring you
Yeah, do we
this
need
and
to
we'll
sign
get what we
NDAs or
want?
waivers after this?
As soon as you make a deal with me, we are beholden to each other. It's a pledge.
Technically, only one of
Deckard and
us
Heather.
has to.
Yes, Deckard, you did bring this up, my dear. You being well, just put it frank. You being new fresh baby bottom mage, are you sure that you are up
Talking
to
about
this
my bottom.
challenge?
That makes a lot more sense to me. A lot of this other stuff, dancing and kissing, I don't know what the fuck's going on. If there's some sort of supernatural creature out there that we have to go capture, I've been preparing for stuff like that for a while.
So you're looking to capture this supernatural creature or beast that may or may not eat you whole. We really don't know. And also go demon hunting? You are an ambitious old man.
What you call late bloomer? And I'm about to bloom all over these demons.
God damn it.
It made sense in my head just a second ago, but you get what I'm saying.
I guess. Does that mean
I
if
don't ask me
Deckard
what that
agrees
means.
to this, Is the deal just with you and Deckard, or is this an all or nothing situation?
I'll take the
Yes,
burden
the
for
whole
this one.
beholden thing. I'm going to beholden myself over here, and you know, you
If
can
that's
make that
okay
deal
with you,
if you.
Power, I'll make this deal with you.
Great.
Oh, that concerns me. Okay, well, I guess we're now involved in this as well.
Oh, now that concern.
Deckard.
Can we have a moment to talk about the specifics of the deal?
You and I?
Yeah.
As if whatever choice you make is not going to affect the rest of us.
I'm hoping it won't. I'm trying to do this to protect you. And if I give you the signal, I'm gonna beat their ass.
I trust them. I
will
trust Deckard.
It's a good instinct. The more the rest of you know, the worse it is for you, actually.
Oh, good. Drinks? Wanna
In
get
that
some
case,
water
I'll
over there?
just
Mr. Deckard, are you sure
beholden
about
my
this?
dear husband Francis.
Yeah, I'm sure about this one, Heather. I'll fill you in after.
Okay. I'll just be hovering over there, I guess.
Quick question. Is there, for Deckard, is there a significant amount of information in character that you are actually planning to ask?
Not significant? No?
Okay.
Why?
Just
thanks.
just for the sake of pacing, for the sake of brevity.
Oh, no. This will be quick. It won't be a whole
Okay.
extra thing.
Sure. Cool. So, the rest of you, as you give Deckard the moment. Go ahead.
Can we add to this where you tell me how you... I don't want to be known as a threat. I don't want to be known, period. Is there something you can do to tell whoever's telling you I'm dangerous that I'm not? What if I could
The
bring it alive instead of dead? Wait, the who?
The technocracy. Technocracy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those tech mages.
Fuck. All right. One last thing. He's gonna fish in his pocket, pull out some scissors, and he's gonna cut a lock of his hair.
That's exactly what I needed from you.
There's another part of this. If I'm signing and giving you the hair. I don't know what it is about your power, how you knew what you know about me, but keep it to yourself.
If it's alive, I will.
I'm saying, how did you know?
Oh, I
About
see.
my type.
I get information all over the place. There are specific agents, apparently, that are aware that you're in the city.
And they all know I'm gay?
What?
That's what I was saying. You said that earlier. And I'm giving you my hair to keep that to yourself. What were you talking about?
I will keep that to myself.
See that you do. He's gonna put the hair in their hand.
Maintain eye contact with me, please.
I'm gonna glare a little bit, but sure.
You watched me eat your hair.
I have to watch.
Watching is important.
Please tell me one of your own secret fears.
It would be one of that. People knowing something personal about me.
Is that secret
Especially
between
in the matter? Yes.
being known? Is it Is it being seen? Is like the perception itself terrifying, being known?
Absolutely.
As I have eaten the hair, you see like my skull kind of elongating into that like bat creature, with like the skinny little fingers eating the hair, and then I reduce back to my regular size. You might want to consider being a wraith at that point. Well, maybe not. The underworld, Undercity, is a little bit fraught at the moment. Thank you for your pledge.
Thank you for your discretion. Can I stop looking at you now?
Yes.
He immediately turns and joins the rest of the group.
As you guys leave, it's very sunny and bright within the night market. But if you recall, you entered the night market around 7:30, 8. You exit. It's about 11 o'clock. You
PM or AM?
PM.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in the evening. Whether, for the sake of brevity, it's a little bit too late to do most things now. I just want to ask where you guys reside, where you guys take your rest for the night.
Probably not our house, huh?
Okay. You head over to Deckard's place, as you were discussing earlier that evening. You walk through. You walk up these flights of stairs. Elevator is busted. The 6th floor, very top. You see a little bit of pigeons nested in the top parts of the ceiling. There's this small room. Deckard, you have your key and you open it up. As soon as you open it up, there's kind of like this weird resistance to the door. The resistance is weird. As you push forward, this distinct smell, not sulfur, but it's kind of stale. It's just smells of stale air and bird poop. And as you all enter, as you look up to the ceiling, this odd formation of what looks like a hole, torn from reality, this tar-like substance, kind of like water, that reflects your image. Deep black. It doesn't even drip down. But by the looks of it, it's kind of liquid-like. And you look down. On the ground are footsteps. Footprints of weird kind of 5-fingered kind of feet. Walking towards your door, bit by bit they become human-like. The feet, from being a quadruped to bipedal, enter the door, and bit by bit you follow it, and going down the stairs, the tarry footprints kind of peel out. Now we'll give you the option to stay or to go somewhere else.
As in, like, stay the night or just
Yes, exactly.
leave this situation?
Stay the night or go
Um,
somewhere else to spend the night.
Deckard, dear, I'm not going to make comments on how you live your life, but this does not look like a hospitable situation for us at the moment. Perhaps we should not linger. And Sophie points to the footsteps that...
Yeah, I mean, it ain't much, and it's not much as I got cameras, I got wards, I got a lot of things to stop this stuff, and this is a concern. I might
So you've seen this
scout
before?
this out. No. But again, I just assumed the worst, so I put in these protections to make sure the worst didn't happen, and the worst happened, which means I might have to hit this thing head on. Or find out what it wants.
Then let's just go to my apartment for tonight. It's not as much space as you're used to, Mr. Francis, Miss Sophie. But we can add additional wards if we need to, but we just don't need to be here.
At
You
this
wanna
point,
sit
as
here and
long as it
fight it?
has walls and windows and a roof, and perhaps not some black spinning void of bizarre magical liquid, anything else sounds great to me.
How big is the ceiling? Like, if could somebody
How
like
tall?
reach up and
How
touch it?
if you stand on like a chair, you can easily touch it.
I think what Heather's going to do, they're going to get a chair, drag it to like the center wherever this ooze is coming from, open Regina, and just press the book into if there's any residue or like leftovers.
You're trying to push the book, and there's resistance, as if the book is pushing back.
Okay.
And you're having a hard time, and what you see is some of the black inky kind of substance kind of gets as if like I don't know what the substance is called, but like it's a liquid that can be magnetized.
Yeah, I know.
So it looks like that in a little bit, and as you're trying to push it, the resistance gets harder and it kind of pushes back, and you see on Regina on 2 pages are these swirling black ichorous like substances. And
We have sample.
you notice that Regina says kind of, I don't like I'm trying to look for a more classic word for it, but it's kind of like processing is what you get, that they're trying to deduce what this is. And it slams closed in your hands.
I'm sorry. I did last ditch effort. Thank you. I don't know how to say to repay a book, but we will figure it out. We'll find you a new spine, or I'll get you a nice bookmark. And they're making like these little promises while they put it back in their satchel.
Okay. Yes.
Walking forward, Francis is gonna rummage around for a piece of chalk and say, "We might not have to look very far to find out Sonic. He might have already found us."
I think you're onto something.
Fabs, can you tell me how the ritualist thing works?
You want to make a casting circle?
On the ceiling.
Oh. So you want to make a casting circle for what purpose? What is the intention?
I think I want, kind of like making a big Regina on the ceiling, I kind of want to, in some way, find the source of this stuff. If I can break it down into elements that I, as a mage, would understand or would know the source of, or at least what left it there.
So with the so the intention is you want to identify what it is. The thing is, even if you make a magical circle, deducing it might not be possible because, there's no receptacle to give you the information that you're looking for. Not like Regina, where it's some sort of sentient book that is trying to figure out what it is. Might be able to give the information to Heather later on once they have deduced what it is. So creating a circle on the ground or up there might not give you the information that you're looking for.
What about destroying it? Would a circle help for that?
Yes, it would. If you want to close this rip, then you could. With a ritualist, you need a 5 with an intelligence and occult. Was it Let me just double check my notes on that before we go through that check. And you can do this as a group. You're gonna actually have to do this as a group because this primordial thing is powerful. If you failed, you could summon another manifestation from this.
No pressure.
Okay, so with a ritualist thing, okay. I need you to roll me intelligence plus occult, but I just need you to get 2 successes.
2 successes. And can multiple people do that together? Or?
No. This is for you to be creating the circle.
Create it.
Can I help with that? I specifically have a thing that makes creating easier.
You also have the ritualist?
I have hedge mage, so it's -1 difficulty to make a circle and +1 for our group dice.
Okay.
So maybe if I see what Francis is doing, he's essentially a big part of this is getting all of our weird paradigms to work together. Yeah. I think Deckard's gonna start paying attention to the vibration, so the tune of each of our magical energy, and finding a tune where all of ours are most in harmony for this.
Okay, I'll let you guys do that. I'll let you guys take half because you're essentially dropping the difficulty to 1. Mm-hmm. So I'll let you guys take half. You do your magic. You create this casting circle. And as a hedge mage, and you're so used to group casting, if you guys want to roll me prime collectively, each one of you rolls this prime plus your arete, and I would say correspondence if you have it. And collectively, I need you all to get 6 successes. As long as nobody rolls a paradox, nothing bad will happen.
And is that when you fail with the arete dice?
If you have a critical fail, exactly, with an arete dice.
I'm gonna use my quintessence to add a dice to this as well.
Yeah.
I got 4 successes. Oh,
okay. Okay. I just need no one to roll a 1 on their Arete die.
No.
Zach, you made a face. Does that mean a success, or did you roll a 1?
I rolled, so the Arete dice failed, but it wasn't a 1, it was a 2.
Okay.
And then
See,
the other
that's
one
what I
was
needed to know.
a-
That's all I
I
needed
got
to
so
know.
scared.
Exactly.
Okay, then it was a 7, 2.
And you, all of you hear, so all of you hear this kind of like weird pitch, and what you can assume is coming from Deckard. You hear Deckard's pocket radio kind of go in and out of frequency. You see Heather's cell phone kind of buzzes indiscriminately. Some form of kind of luminescence fills the room, and a fragrance lingers as you see the ceiling stitches itself up bit by bit. You all so good thing you used the casting circle, because this was going to be a 9, but even then you would have hit the difficulty regardless. You stitch up this thing. You have a sample. You're heading to Heather's. Sophie,
Wait, can I
you
do
want
one thing before we go?
Sure.
Yeah. I want to look around the room and just find some random piece of radio equipment that Deckard has. And I'm looking for something that looks like an antenna or something. Maybe like a wire coat hanger being used as an antenna. Is that possible, Deckard?
Yeah, of course.
Does that exist?
Yeah, the place
like
is a mess. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to take that and bend it into like a fork and drag it through the footsteps of the goo stuff and see if I can turn it into an improvised tool to make it a dowsing rod, to see if it can help us like find the direction of where this thing is going or has gone.
Roll me your crafting.
Best craft.
Uh
I do have improvised tools.
exactly.
Okay.
Roll me intelligence and craft, and add your specialty. Just need you to get like 3 successes.
What's my specialty?
Is the improvised
Do
improvised
I get an
additional die.
Just add 1 dice.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Perfect. 3 successes.
Fantastic. Do you have what you know would act as a dowsing rod if you were near the entity?
Cool. I'll just take this with us, just in case. Seems like it'd be good to know where it is in relative to us, our location.
You take
So smart, darling.
you had your driver. You take the car ride all the way to Flatbush. It takes a while. There's a little bit of traffic. You get to Heather's. It's quiet. It's warm. Surprisingly, it feels safe. You all go down to sleep. You get your rest. Sufi. This is also for you, Francis. The both of you dream. And you have a very raunchy dream. But as you come up for air from after a very sensual, passionate act, instead of your partner, you see a devilish bat is your partner. And at that moment, the both of you, like in tandem, shoot up in just either disgust, fear, and that was a nightmare. But the nightmare subsides.
Z wouldn't.
Of course. MFA, check that out. Anyway, and as the night grows. The night market starts to die down. You see stalls disassembling. Oh, that's the wrong camera. We're gonna go back real quick. There is a excuse me, as I do this real quick. Don't do that to me, OBS. Don't be that guy. You're not that guy. Okay. The changeling, like, kind of, populace starts building down. Power, you're trying to revel in the fact that you have refilled all your, the glamour that you need. And you hear behind you a voice, familiar. Jimin. How's the night been? As you turn back, it is an Asian man, shaved head with tattoos. How's it going?
How's it going with you, stranger?
Why does it feel like I did something wrong?
What's going on?
A lot of things. I tried to come earlier. I know we had this arrangement. I hope that you were able to get a refill from somewhere else. But,
Yeah.
I needed to lay low. I heard some people were looking after me. And, yeah.
I heard Poacher got you something, is
Yeah.
what I heard.
He did. Worked pretty well, in all honesty.
Evidently.
Is there, Look, I am really thankful for what you're doing. My brother was stupid. Didn't have to make that deal. All for what we can do. But I really appreciate it. And if there's anything I can do, I might need another favor. And he steps closer.
What do you need?
Something that can trap this thing. I'm desperate.
I don't know if I can... I don't know if I have something that can trap it, but I have some bait.
Oh? You tell.
I mean, I keep my fun little garden with me at all times. I can make a good amount of them, 13. I'm sure I can find something that can specifically deal with devils, demons, whatever.
Oh, great. Did anybody else come for me?
As far as I know, there hasn't been anything. I mean, there's just been the little whispers from the mages that are wandering, but nothing significant seemingly, other than you destroying the crown of Jesus Christ.
I had to do it. He would have harmed Aaron if I didn't. I can't move the kid anymore. He's already... I hope that church holds and keeps him back, but yeah.
What was the crown doing for Aaron? Was it doing something?
For some reason, this guy wants me to destroy any holy artifact. Makes him weak or some sort. I don't know.
It started off really strong.
Yeah, true. Anyway, what can I do for this trap?
I step in, kind of putting my hands around Toby's face, and I kiss Toby, but I don't harvest anything. I love you.
And
You don't need to ask me of anything.
And Toby kind of uncharacteristically, and you've seen Toby before with other Changeling, with other like Magi, and you've seen this stoic, strong-faced individual break and cry, and with a ferocity, they grab the back of your neck and they kiss you back. And in this passionate moment, we are going to end the session. And there we go. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of things were learned today. Thank you so much for Josephine. Could not have done this episode the way that we did without you. Amazing. But before we get to reintroducing who you are and where they can find you, again, check us out, Bad House RPG on Twitter. Give us a follow or a sub to pretty much know when we're on. Join us tomorrow for the Lion's Den, Toronto by night. We are going to be missing 2 members, both Josephine and Chris, but we are still continuing with the story. That'll be amazing. I'll see you then. My name is Fabian. I've been your storyteller. Check me out at Rockets and Pens and over here. And let's get back to reintroducing our cast, where you can find them and if they have anything coming up soon. Let's start with Batty.
I'm Batty. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter, Bats Pajamas, BATZ Pajamas, where I do music, games, art, sometimes, although a little bit on a hiatus, but you can find me here.
Amazing. Bully.
I am Bully. You could find me at Table Goth and stuff. Most of my stuff's at YouTube. Or if you want me to run a game for you, I'm adding more stuff on Start Playing, including Monster Heart soon. So that's that.
Hell yeah. Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach, or Z. You can devs. You can also find me on Stella Luna's channel every Tuesday for Brandon Blight, and just follow me because you might find more stuff soon.
Vin.
Oh my gosh, hi. I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on Twitter. I'm a voice actor and tabletop performer. Any of my announcements, just check out the Twitter. There's so many things up in the air, what I can say, what I can't say, but you know what? It's on there.
Also pick up Dredge.
Yeah, go get Dredge. I'm in that or something, you know.
Yeah, exactly. $24.99. Hell yeah. And last but not least,
That's $24.99 is good for a video game.
yeah, now it is. Hell yeah.
I have been Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. I have been Power, or Jumin, as we find out. I'm over here. I'm over at Nameless Domain, please go ahead and watch Gudia, Nameless Domain's Bluebeard's Bride one shot, where you can see me do some more horror stuff. I have a monster fucking podcast, as we have plugged so many times, called Monster Fuckers Anonymous. That's at Monster Lover Pod on Twitter, where my friend Cleric and I date and rate your favorite monsters. Bye.
There we go. See you guys. Bye.